Alright guys, y'all know it's the Billionaire Podcast. Today, we're sitting down with Loud Boss, Donisha Johnson. She's amazing. She's been doing this for almost a decade and a half, right? So that's a decade plus a couple of years. Now, Donisha is a major figure in the fashion industry. She started off with accessories. She went into clothing. She has a lounge. She has so many different things right now going for her, and we have the amazing opportunity to sit down with her today and just talk about her journey in terms of her finances, in terms of her future goals, in terms of her struggles, her accomplishments, and where she's going overall, whether it be in Jamaica or across the globe. She's traveling as well. She took the time out of her day to talk to us today, and just amazing, right? So this podcast is going to be very loud. So y'all know the vibe. Loud Boss, super blessed, super rich. Remember, if y'all haven't gotten funded by Pro Traders Fund, go to protradersfund.com to get funded. Y'all know the vibe, mega, millionaire, billionaire, super blessed, super rich. Y'all know the vibe. See that? So we're here with Donisha Johnson, Loud Boss, Loud Billionaire Boss, So we're here talking to her. She's a major figure within the clothing industry,
Definitely so.
I saw some stuff where you started off with like accessories and stuff like that, and then you were able to build the business up to where you have not just clothing but some other stuff.
I have a spa.
You got a
And
spa.
I have coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
I have coming soon.
Coming soon is what?
I have coming soon.
Coming
We're
soon.
That's gonna
soon. Now we are the two. Coming
know.
soon is coming soon.
And then we saw you post a little thing the other day giving us a little preview of something massive.
massive. That
is
is going
the-
to be tremendous.
We can talk about it?
I mean, we can talk about it a little bit, but I think that's for another podcast
That's for
because
another-
I have so much things to talk about loud fashion.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's almost 12 years.
Yeah.
So the history
Yeah.
is great.
It's
great
a
history.
decade plus.
Decade plus.
It's a decade plus, It's a decade plus. It's many years. So
Many years.
how did they get started with loud fashion? How did they get started in the clothing industry in general?
All right, so how I get started in clothing, I'm a fashionista. I'm always a little hot girl.
Yeah.
I love dress up and all of that, and I love making money. I'm always self-motivated. I'm always, going for my goals and, stuff like that. So I was doing 9 to 5, and while I had loud fashion,
Yeah.
right, it was loud fashion accessories at first because it was
Yeah.
just accessories. I mean,
Yeah,
at the time, started out very small.
Yeah.
We're just selling accessories like in a 10 by 10 space that I actually built.
Yeah.
So I built the home of loud fashion,
Where was that?
Park Plaza.
Park Plaza.
Yeah, so I mean, as a hot girl, when you leave school or, late teens and you go on the plaza, you go on the mall, I saw that Park Plaza was a good plaza. It was
Yeah.
always busy and stuff. And I remember vividly one day I was leaving Excelsior Community College and I was on the bus and I was saying to myself, where can I actually find a location, right? And I said, I made a few calls and somebody said to me that there's no space on Park Plaza. And I never take that for an answer.
Yeah.
I came to Halfway Tree. I go
forget
up.
it.
Yeah, man. Anything I want, trust and believe me.
Yeah.
I took the bus. I went to Halfway Tree and I went to this salon. It was an old lady that owned the salon, and I came to her and I said to her, Miss, I want a little space, I have little accessories,
Yeah.
selling and stuff. I want to start a business. And she said, well, my dear child, if you have the money to build the space,
Yeah.
we can work it back out in the rent, But she's not able to do the build out.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, no problem, you know. Have my little savings. I used to do work and travel program when I was going to school. That's how I even bought my first car.
Yeah.
You know, I went away and I worked 3 jobs overseas. I saved the money and I bought my first car when I was 19 cash from the money that I earned over there. So I was working at Wet Seal too. It's like, it was a lot of things, right? Because I was working at Wet Seal at one point, and I used to buy the sale items from Wet Seal. Wet Seal is no longer around.
Yeah. What was
You know
Wet
that
Seal
company is
about?
like Wet Seal, and you have Forever 21, you have H&M. So Wet Seal was one of those big names back then. And I used to work there, and I used to buy the things on sale. I was also working at Digicel, so I used to carry the clothes, hide it in my suitcase, sell it to my fellow co-workers and stuff like that, you know? And that's how I get the idea of actually buying and selling clothing, right? Loud fashion now, selling clothing, the business drive that I have.
Yeah.
I looked the space myself and I went to the lady and she said, you can't do the build out. And I remember I went to the hardware, I buy the wood and the glass and everything and built out my space, starting selling accessories and, you know, people just took on to the business.
Yeah.
You know, from that time, you know, young girl, I started at what, 24?
Yeah.
Never remember. 23.
You started the business.
I started
loud
22,
fashion.
sorry.
Yeah.
I started, at age 22, I started the business, right? And at 22, you know, a person said, young little girl, I do her thing, and you have nice little style and little flavor, little customer service, long time, you know? Yeah. So the people, they love it. And it just started from there, and it grew and it grew. I ended up quitting my 9 to 5.
Firing your boss. You end up firing your boss.
I fired my boss.
Yeah, you fired
I be my own boss.
you're a boss.
Yeah. You understand me?
Yeah.
And that's how I just focused on it every day. I don't have a set time that I work.
Yeah.
From I wake up to when I go to bed is work.
Yeah.
Last night I up 3 a.m.
Yeah.
talking to suppliers, you know, organizing things for the coming soon. You know?
I want to know what that is about. You know, and I see how professional you are, and I see how organized you are, because even earlier you have, you know, persons who are part of your team here, and you're, while, you know, we're about to do the pod, you're there and you're saying, hey, call this person, reach out to this person, do this, do that, right?
Yeah.
And I see how you keep everything organized, right? But what I want to know, like, how did you become such an organized person, and was this something that was always within you, or you learned it over time?
I learned it.
You learned it over time?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm 100% organized, but I try my best because that's the only way I can manage. So I delegate, you know, so I plan my day and I delegate to my different leaders at different locations.
Multiple bosses.
I have multiple bosses. Yeah, man, I build bosses.
You build bosses.
So
I build bosses.
Yeah.
So over the years, how, I mean, you started out by yourself at 22, doing it on your own, and looking back at that in comparison to now, how important would you say it has been to have your team? Because I see that they're very loyal and their work ethic is very high.
She has somebody
Listen.
here that has been working with her for 12
12 years, yeah.
No,
I
it's
heard
10.
Huh?
10
For
years.
10 years.
10
For 10
years,
years.
yeah.
For 10.
So how,
A decade.
A decade.
decade,
Listen,
yeah.
a decade. 10 years is a big thing.
It's a big
Big
thing.
thing.
It's a
Loud,
big thing,
loud,
yes.
loud.
Miss Rowe is a big thing. Yeah.
So how in comparison, how would you say your team has affected your performance in today's world? How big of a part do they play?
They play a tremendous role. I couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
Simply could not have done it without my team, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm operating 3 different locations.
And that is?
Kingston, Montego Bay,
And
Ocho-Rios is the newest one. It's 2 years old now.
Ocho-Rios is massive.
And Ocho-Rios is massive. And you know what? I opened Ocho-Rios during COVID.
Yeah. I remember.
So you see, even COVID, I like me, I say you're brave, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's just like when you believe in yourself
Yeah.
and you know you can do this and you have the vision, you just know sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You have to have a plan. It's once you have the plan and you say, I'm going to do this and you believe in it, you just go with it.
Yeah, just go
So I
with it.
opened Ocho-Rios in COVID along with Low Deluxe Beauty.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm into the beauty field as well. You know,
Yeah,
we
see.
do hair, we have a spa, hairdressing, makeup artists, barbering,
Yeah. You do
nail
everything.
technicians, lash technician, massage therapist. You know, it's a one-stop shop. When you come to Ochereas, Loud Fashion Ochereas and Low Deluxe Beauty, you get everything done there.
Yeah. So is it that the clothing, because we know you have a clothing store there as well, right? Is it that it is the same exact location or?
Yes, the clothing store. So you know what? I'm gonna tell you a story about that. How I did that.
Yeah. We know you have like a construction in here from earlier days, you know.
From early days. Remember me build the
Yeah,
location.
yeah.
But hold on, I think I straight from the point a little bit just now when you asked about team. You see, my team, we're engaged.
Yeah. Married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're family. We're engaged. They're engaged in the business. Like the type of environment, the culture of Loud Fashion is a family-oriented type of business. So you see, if somebody come inside there and they don't gel well with the team, I know that they're not going to last long.
That's to
And
go.
they got to go.
That's to
And at
go.
the same time, even though they are so in bed with each other, meaning that, you know,
Understand? Understand what
no,
you
they're
mean,
not in
man.
bed. That's literally,
Yeah.
you know, not literally, but they are close with each other. It is a good environment to work in. They feel good to come to work,
Yeah.
and when they don't come to work, they miss coming to work.
Yeah.
I'm there, and this is the day off, and then just pass through. Like I think
Yeah.
the day off. You understand me?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's how they. That's the type of relationship
loyalty.
that the brand loyalty that my team has, and that's why we bring out that in the service that the customer provide. Because if the staff is happy,
The
the customers are going to be happy, and that is my major goal.
Funny
Customer
enough.
service, major.
Funny enough, even like in the Kingston location, right? I remember one night I was passing through Kingston and we stopped and we were buying some stuff at the store and it was like I think it was Shensi or some artist on the phone and you guys were like gonna open later than that for her to come through and get whatever she wanted to get. So that just shows the level of how they would actually go above and beyond for their
Right.
customers,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Building a good customer base.
Definitely. And when you talk about Shensia, you talk about Spice, you talk about
Spice.
Aishana,
All of
you
the
talk
big
about
names, you know?
when you talk about those persons, even the upcoming artists, you have Pretty,
Yeah.
who is one of our biggest brand advocates right now. She's our brand ambassador. We work with Marcy Chain. We work with even government dignitaries. We work with, persons that I'm not gonna, say the name and stuff. But sometimes you see some people in high places and they are wearing Loud Fashion. They'll call me and say such and such, and I make sure it gets done.
Yeah.
And it's not everybody who's gonna
reliable.
post on our social media. Definitely. And when the type of service that I provide, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different from like none of our competitors or persons who are competing with Loud Fashion don't provide the quality service that we provide when it comes to customer service.
And do you think that's what separates you from that? Do you think that's what separates you from the rest of the people in your field?
100%.
The customer service, definitely.
100% customer service. We have style, we have flavor, we have fashion.
what's this,
We have we think up. But when it comes on to customer service, my staff, they're trained by professional company. I don't just do local research and say A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
We have a professional company that trains everybody. We meet. I don't know if you see a poster sometimes where because I have like 30 odd staff.
Yeah.
And everybody meets at one location and we take our 4 hours and we have our professional persons that come in and they, train us. I learn, they learn, and separate and apart from that training experience too, we have like our monthly meetings, we have our quarterly meetings, we have our weekly meetings.
Goal planning and
Yes,
everything there.
my other bosses, Loud Fashion bosses,
Yeah.
they and I meet every Thursday, like clockwork. We meet every Thursday, and even in that meeting, we have like a personal development section to that in that meeting for them to, grow and excel both their professional life and their personal life.
Funny enough, a lot of, like, I feel like that's a major thing that's holding back a lot of businesses because they don't invest in actually the personal side of the staff or the relationship with the staff. Most people just approach it like work. Come and work, do your work, go here.
That's not a good approach.
That's
not a good approach. Yeah, I mean, you have to find a balance too, right? So for my staff, even though I am so good with them, close with them, we have a family type relationship. It's still work, it's still professional. My staff and I, we can be in the store, we run to a little joke, and they say as the door buzz,
Done.
you're crazy. Pack up that. That's what, you understand me?
Yeah.
The customer walk through the door.
Yeah.
I don't have to say, hey, quiet down. No.
Yeah, everybody just
Them just know, say, that is it.
Yeah, everybody understand the role.
You understand? Everybody, and then it's just respect. I respect them, they respect me. I show them respect and all of that. So at the end of the day, we have no problems.
So how did you, not to cut you,
Yeah, man, bro.
but how did you get to that stage where, you're so good at team building and you're so good at working with people? Because I know, like, as an entrepreneur, it's not always easy starting out and working with people because everybody has different mindsets, everybody has different ways of doing things. But how did you go about, developing the mindset and, taking action to build such a strong team that is loyal, that is dedicated to the work that they do, and basically understand the business on a level where you understand it and they have the same vision and drive to ensure that it is successful as if it was their business.
As it was their business. I mean, I learned that over time. I've been in business almost 12 years.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, when if my staff call in sick, my vex. If you understand me? If them, cause it's like you have a little sneeze, you can't come and work, but you see, over a period of time and you're doing business, you have to look out for people. Yeah. It's not just about the business, not just about the money, not just about coming to work and dropping down. You understand me? I see Miss Ro laughing because she knows if she call in sick, well, not her, she's hardly sick, but back in the days, if they call in sick or them out too long, I used to feel a little kind of way, like you could have come and work still, but but over
so you as the boss would have come and work same way.
Would have come and work. I work every day. If I'm home, I'm working. You understand? Yeah. So over a period of time, you get to and it's my personality too, and the growth. I get to understand people more, getting to work with different level of educations, getting to work with different mindset. Even the salon, like it's a different level of persons and so forth like that. You just learn and you understand it as you go along. Yeah. Right. So like now, I will schedule my staff their vacation. I ensure that them get them day off. I ensure, stuff like that. And everything is to the books. Everything is clean and clear. No shortcomings. But it's just time that will let you learn that. And once because I'm a charismatic leader too, overall, that's my leadership style. So over a period of time, then you learn and you build on it.
Yeah, you sound she's very smart.
Yeah.
Very intelligent. Lady.
Thank you.
So you can
in building your team, the caliber of the team that you have, you speak of them so highly. How did you master the art? Because I consider it an art of picking the right people, because when you're starting to work with people and incorporating people in your inner circle and in the inner workings, the gears of your business and how it runs, you have to pick no one is perfect, but you have to pick the right persons for that job. They have to tick all the boxes, the right criteria, right? So how did you master the art of picking the right people to be a part of your family?
Yeah, once again, history will tell. I have to see the good in the person too, right? So somebody can come and they don't necessarily have 5 subjects that I require, but they can do the work. You understand me? I'm not necessarily going to say, okay, because you don't have maths and English, that means you can't work with me. But if I see that you're you're a motivated individual, you're a goal getter, you know, then I will look beyond certain things and hire you, but I have to see that deep down that you want this, you know, you're hungry for this. It's not just a stop and you just want to cool off for 3 months, you know. So based on conversations with the person, and I will look deep. I mean, over a period of time, you can see, because they come to the interview and they put on a show, but I can really look and say, you know, say you're fraud still. You know, say, you know, you're fraud still, you know? Yeah. So it's just, it's time and business growth and knowledge that I've gained over the years.
So you're the one that still does the interviews?
I can't ever tell you when the last interview somebody.
And that's so good to know that she's not the one that is doing the interviews, yet still she has such an amazing team.
Yeah, that just shows how the coordination of the ship, how far it runs.
And that shows how good of a leader you are.
Yeah, her ideals are instilled in her fellow family members, not just workers, family members.
Yes, because so I remember I trained them. They know what I can look at my staff. It's like I can look at your kids and they just know, say, listen.
Yeah.
I can look at my staff and they know what to do, they know what to say, they know what time it is. Yeah. Because separate and apart from having Miss Rowe for 10 years, you know, 10 plus years, I have staff that is 5 years, I have staff 3 years, I have staff 2 years, I have staff 11 years. Miss Barbara, that is the office attendant.
Miss Rowe, you're not
Miss Barbara is just a couple months ahead of her, you know? Yeah. So imagine I have a staff for 11 years and I'm doing business for almost 12 years, you know? So that you understand me? So when they come in and they're based on the culture and how I deal with people and, you know, I look out for them and all of that, they're comfortable enough to stay. And I look out, not just, as I said, not just professionally, but, you know, their personal life. And that is one of my, I don't want to ask the questions, because
no, you can go.
I'll just continue. Yeah. Okay, because, you know, even for their...
Is there a show in there, remember?
It's my show.
Yeah,
it's my Billionaire show. Okay. Yeah, so even like with my staff, I want to see them reach a certain level. You understand me? I want for them to be able to, and they're working at Loud Fashion and they can own a home. Yeah. They can own a car. They can own a business. And I mean, enough of them, I do them own like a business now. Every minute them come to me, Miss Jancy, you know, we start one like something, and we think about this and, you know, them I do them, and I encourage them. I buy from them. Like there's not one of them that is actually selling something or doing something that I don't support. I support them. And
I want to ask you though, like how does that? Well, a lot of businesses, right? You'll employ people and they say you're doing great. They say you have your spa, your salon, you have the accessories and the clothing, and that coming soon.
And right? Coming soon.
And they'll be like, Lord Boss is doing this, Danisha is doing this. And let me go and compete with her behind the scenes. Like, let me go create a Instagram page and, you know, privately just be doing some stuff and
a quiet fashion.
You know, a quiet fashion. Right? And they said they want to compete with it. They're in your business every day and they're just taking all of your strategies and saying, and they're not focusing on your business. It's not like they're doing something else and still focusing on your business, but they're not focusing on your business even though they're building theirs. Or while they're building theirs.
While they're building theirs.
They're not, like, the focus is gone and it's just excuses and stuff like that. How do you, like, manage? Have you ever had situations like that? How do you manage? Oh, you never
How would I have How would I? Alright, so my staff now, I have nobody's selling clothing. But they do the little thing. They do the lashes, they do the, you know, the lip gloss and them little things and them phone cases and, you know, they do the, and what? And and they give loan too. Yes.
Someone can get a loan?
Yeah, they have payday loans. I forget about that. Yeah, so, yeah.
I come for 100 grand.
So they have payday loans and, you know, they're doing the little thing because at the end of the day, you see, the older you get, you understand life a little bit better, right? And remember that if I have a staff for 10 years, that means the expense of that staff living, you know, their living expense. Because 10 years ago, when you probably was living with your mom, now you live on your own, you have your kid, you have, you know, so that means you also are be growing financially, you know. And whilst I pay well, I can say that I think I pay well. I mean, I have no complaints, and my staff, they're happy. I mean, but if I can't pay you still, but I mean, remember you're a billionaire. So, but at the same time, if they're doing something on the side, I'm not going to, you know, I have staff that they do painting too. So, and him there, if him doing look a painting, him doing, you know, they do their thing and I support their thing. It's not just about my thing, it's also them. I have to look out for the persons that are around you who are helping you to, you know, meet your goals and be successful. Yeah, sure.
Right, so how do you create a clear line or understanding between, you know, being nice but yet still ensuring that they respect you in a professional way?
All right. So, as you know, I'm Loud Boss, right? To John Public. You need back the mic? All right, you want me to? Just continue? Just continue talking? Okay. All right.
She have a couple questions first.
Oh, you have a couple questions? That's my first question. All right, no problem. All right, so as you know, I'm Loud Boss, right? To John Public, to, you know, customers, etc. I'm Miss Johnson to my staff, right? I'm Danisha to my friends and family. You want us to?
No,
go ahead. Oh, now cut that part there?
No, you're good, man.
Okay, because I see no communicating. Right.
Remember, we're having fun, you know.
Okay, yeah. So we're having great conversations.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wear many hats, right? And you have to know, you have to be professional in what you do, right? Now, I get respect from my staff based on the business that I do, based on how I even communicate with them and the structure of the business. Loud Fashion is not a party shop business. It is not a it's a clothing store, but it's a clothing business, right? It's a company.
It's not just a corner shop.
It's a company limited. It's not a corner shop type of business. So we have our accounting department. We have our marketing department. We have our finance. You know, so the business is structured in such a way, and to how I communicate with them on a professional manner. But at the same time, I treat with them, as you said, you know, like as family. You just have to find that right balance, and I've not had absolutely no problems with any of my staff. They just understand that this is work, this is business, this is my boss, but my boss is nice to me, you know? So it's just the level, sometimes too, it's the level of persons that you hire. And then if you come and you can't fit in, then I said already you can't stay there.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm not a slave driver. I'm not gonna come in and point and no, I'm not gonna do that. I will talk to you respectfully. I'm a miserable sometimes, you know. Them can't tell I'm a miserable sometimes. Sometimes them come when I walk in, everybody does straight and just them I say why, you know? Them sometime, but if it's necessary. I'm not gonna get up every day and I have too much things to do to just get up miserable every day and just a cuss and you know, like that's draining energy. But I will walk in the store and I will look around and I will just walk and I go in the office and I say, Miss Rowe, what is this? What is that? You know? And she just get things in order.
Oh, so you just have one person, so you don't talk to all the staff. You just have one store manager or one boss at the store. You talk to that boss and that boss goes and ensures that everybody else falls in line.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to them too, but then I don't micromanage. So I will definitely go to her. But if it's something I see, simple things, you know, do this or do that or, you know. But they don't report to me. They would report to their boss and then their boss.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
just like...
So how do you balance being a successful businesswoman, an amazing mom based on what I've seen, and
still enjoy life?
Still ensure that, you know, you're enjoying life, you're enjoying whatever you're working for.
You know what? You see when you work as hard as I work, you need those time to enjoy life. Yeah. You know? I remember vividly back in the days when I used to take a vacation. My heart here now.
Just press it one time and just make
it come down a little bit. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when I used to take a vacation or a day off, right? I used to be on my phone, on my camera,
Every day.
every day, just watching, seeing what's happening, and and it's not healthy because when you're doing business and you're doing business so big, you have to learn how to delegate, right? You have to learn how to delegate. You have to learn how to let go of the little things. I didn't catch that until several years ago.
Yeah.
Several years ago, I used to just want to be in every little thing. But once again, it's growth, right? So I used to want to know everything. If I start late, I want to know if I start. I know now. I don't want to know that. The bosses, the leaders at each location, they are to take care of that, right?
Yeah.
They're trained to deal with that. They must know. You see, if they want to terminate a staff, I tell them, do your thing. Yeah, and once you have reasonable, you do your thing, you can let me know after the fact.
Yeah.
But something they can consult with me too, But they will tell, all right, say they call me with a problem, I will say, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
At first, like I'm not gonna give you the solution.
Yeah.
They call me and say, customer, what is going to be done, and because I want to hear what you have to say, and then if it's not in line with what I would have done, then I would have, and it's a learning lesson for them as well. So I delegate things to them. I find the right balance between, because I travel for work too. I don't only just travel for play.
Yeah.
I travel for work, and
Yeah.
when I work and I have a full day and a long day, I might go to my hotel and then have a drink and and then when it's party time, it's party time, because when you see me out partying too, I'm working,
Yeah.
I'm working. When I'm partying, it's still work. You see me, and if you see me, you see loud.
Yeah.
You see loud fashion.
Marketing.
It's marketing. And if you notice too in the events, you see loud fashion.
Yeah,
And I must make mention of the events that I've partnered with, the Dream Weekend, the vacay weekend, the Zimmy Step Brunch, and all of those things, all the top name events. We've partnered with them, and it is so, it's a win-win for us and them, because most of our customers are party goers. So if you can come to the store, you buy a
get
party
something
ticket, you
loud,
buy your outfit, and so it's when it is party weekend, it's a nice weekend for me. Because clothes, things I sell, money I make, I support the events as well, So it's just a support, and it's just a good synergy that we've built with these parties,
Yeah.
That kind of answered a little bit of the question that I was about to go to. How did loud fashion, get to the point where it has become now a household name? If you need to go anywhere, honestly, the first place you think about
It's
going,
loud
it doesn't matter what the occasion is, whether it's a party or a wedding or a brunch, whatever. The first thing you think about, okay, loud fashion. And I've noticed that, it has grown from just being one location to locations being island-wide. So how have you become remain so relevant where you stay on top of whatever fashion is
Everything.
out there? We're always seeing you and always seeing the brand, all over. How
And
did you maintain
if you see me,
that?
what do you think? Loud fashion, right?
Loud fashion,
As you see me, I see loud
because
fashion.
I'm looking at that fit and I'm like, okay.
Loud fashion.
Yeah.
I saw the fit and I was like,
Yeah. You know
Loud.
where to get it.
And I show you the tag, right?
Yeah.
Before the podcast, and you see that this is loud.
yeah,
Loud.
It is definitely loud. All right, so the question is,
Yeah, how have you managed to become a household
Okay.
name?
and stay relevant.
and stay relevant.
relevant,
All right,
right.
so the times are changing. You have to stay relevant with the time. If you notice, we're active on social media. We're very active. I think we are the most followed clothing store in Jamaica, and the customers say that we're the number one clothing store. So if you notice in our bio, you'll see that number one clothing store in Jamaica because of what the customer says. We listen to the customers. We definitely pay attention to customer needs, right? So if a customer needs something, Loud Fashion is gonna provide it, right? We also change with the time. In business, things do happen. COVID happened.
Yeah.
I still don't recover from COVID yet.
Yeah.
We suffered a loss. We have to hold it. We have to hug it up. Because we have to know, say, in business, it's not going to be a smooth sailing all the time.
I wouldn't even say it's a loss for you still, because she opened the
Ocherias.
Ocherias branch
Yes.
during COVID, right? So right now, like, that's massive.
Yeah,
that
that's
was really
true.
lacking in Ochoria. So I saw that. I saw where you were coming from. Because there's not really, that go-to store
In Ocherias.
Ocherias, yeah. So the competition
It's-
is really minimal.
Definitely so. And you know what too? That's a part of listening to the customers. So we noticed that the customers are ordering crazy from Montego Bay.
Yeah.
And we keep shipping every week. Not every week, every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2-3 times a day. We have to be sending out packages to Montego Bay and so forth. And I actually went down there to look at space, but wasn't successful. And then like about a year and so afterwards, a girlfriend of mine called me and, we had a conversation and she had a shop available and went and we look at it and I believed in the dream and I see the vision and I say, you know what? Loud Fashion, Montego Bay, here we come. And that's how I opened Montego Bay. And then customers again, Ocheria. So our main customers that were ordering from Kingston was Montego Bay and Ocheria. So I know that, you know what? We need to get in there because the sky is the limit, We're going to go to Montego Bay. We're going to go to Ocheris. We're going to go to, once.
The strategy that we know took staff from Kingston to build Montego.
Yes.
To maintain the
So
standard.
so it's like you guys got a spot you guys got the business location in Mobay, and you guys probably like got a property rented or whatever.
Yes, we rented a property for a year. It was a year or 2 years. It was 2 years, I believe.
Yeah.
And we relocated.
Some of the staff.
They're very, very faithful and loyal staff.
Yeah.
Relocated them. They lived in Montego Bay. Lived there and they come up on weekend. They go back down and,
Also, they were working between both stores.
No, man, they come up to for family. They were assigned to Montego Bay. So that is major. When I can take up somebody from their livelihood in Kingston and move you to Montego Bay for 2 years for work. I only some big company must do that. Send people go overseas.
What?
And
Come
what
on,
is
wait,
big?
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
wait.
We're talking about loud fashion.
Yeah, we're
Loud.
talking about loud. Yeah, we're talking about. Yeah, let me. Sometimes I need to pinch myself. Like sometimes it slips me. Like for real, it does. Yeah. So you have to stay relevant. Back to the question. I know we're kind of all over the place, but back to the question. You have to stay relevant. So when times were changing and COVID came, I said, "Whoa, I'm not gonna sit here and just procrastinate and be like, oh, sales are slow because persons are not going outside and whatever." I think I'm gonna say, what we can do next, and that's when we started to sell masks, right? We were like one of the first stores to jump out and start selling masks. I had a seamstress staff at the store, and what I did, I sent her home for go make masks.
Yeah.
So she made money from the mask. She supplied to the store at a wholesale price. We sell it back. And listen, when we opened, like it was mandatory to wear masks the Monday, for example. And I start preparing from before. You see, when we open the Monday and we post that we have masks for sale, listen, masks fly off of the shelf like nothing.
For supply and demand.
Yeah.
Supply and demand like nothing. I used to by the time other person starts think about it and pick it up.
You're
and
done gone.
Done gone.
You're gone.
Listen,
You're
a
winning the
company
race.
reached out to
Yeah.
me and ordered 600 masks.
Yeah.
600 masks, and she couldn't manage that time to get some other people and I some just have to,
Yeah.
and get them masks. And we were selling masks and afterwards now we started to give the masks away now. So once you spend over $500,
Free masks.
$5,000,
Yeah.
Once you spend over 5,000 Jamaican dollar, that is, we gave you a complimentary mask with your purchase.
And pinpointing that, you know what that did?
Tool. Oh, all right, go ahead, Sean.
You know what that did for you? For your business? And I'm looking at it right now. That encourage customers to spend more. Right? You're basically incentivizing, rewarding them
Yeah.
to spend more. Because you have a lot of stores that I've seen during COVID, which is why most likely they're not in business right now. What they did was, like, no matter how much you spend, we'll still have to charge you for the mask, or if you don't have a mask, you can't come in none at
Can't
all.
come in the
Yeah.
stomach.
And I saw a lot of stores
Gave
did
them
that.
away.
Yeah, so that was very smart of you to do that. You
We
can
gave them
continue.
away.
Professor.
While speaking about incentivizing your customers, another thing, because I am one of your
Oh,
loyals, to be
yeah,
honest.
love that. I love to hear
When she go in
that.
the stores,
So-
when she go in the store, she'll be spending like 300, 400, 500K.
Oh my
I
God,
buy,
I
I
love
shop,
that.
I
I love
shop.
that. I love that for us.
Yeah, so
spending money.
what I always look forward to, even if I'm not shopping throughout the year, I always look forward. All if I don't really need it, my birthday, because I know Loud Boss have my, is it 30%?
30% off.
And I get my happy birthday text, and I get a reminder that I get the 30% off. So things like that, have been really standing out to me about your business.
Right.
And the main fact that throughout the years, it has not, the quality of the service and the quality of the things that you provide and the quality of everything, really, the marketing, everything, it has not dropped. It has just, kept on growing. So I must commend you.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Thank you so
I
much.
have taken, a few things that I've seen you do as well, and I've applied it in my businesses
Oh,
as
nice.
well.
I'm happy to hear
so,
that.
yes, trust
I'm
me, you
ha-
are
I'm
an
happy to
inspiration.
hear that.
And,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's all from you right now.
I'm
That's
happy
all
to
for
hear
now.
that.
Yeah.
The birthday club. Let me speak on the birthday club. We started birthday club probably 78 years ago.
Yeah.
The idea came along. All right, so I have my dad. He's not my biological dad, but he's my father, right? We've had we could have numerous conversations. If I want to, somebody's for an advisor or so, I will reach out to him and say, what do you think about this? And I mean, I'm fully equipped,
Yeah.
But sometimes
need
you
that
need to
little-
bounce off some
Yeah.
things, and trust me, he is equipped with knowledge. Right? So when I will bounce something at him and him bounce, I'm gonna say, I never think about it that way there. That's the way. You understand me? Yeah. So you have to have conversations with people who are really in places or going places to have constructive conversations. And it was his idea actually, he got a message from a car company.
Yeah.
A happy birthday message from a car company.
Yeah.
And he must say, him call me, say, say something to me to them birthday. And I know it was his birthday, I must say a car company called him, and it was the owner of the car company that called him,
Yeah.
And him I to wish him a happy birthday. It was the owner or manager or something,
Make him want to buy a car, no?
You understand me? And him saying, you understand me? So that's how the birthday club idea came about.
Yeah.
And I believe in it, and I just run with it. Once him say it to me, I ran with it. And we're talking about
Yeah.
8 years ago. We started first at 20% off. And now we've seen that a lot of stores they started to do it, but it no matter what them do,
Yeah,
it's not
loud.
loud
It's still
fashion
loud.
birthday club. No, but it's not
Yeah.
loud fashion birthday club.
Yeah.
Our thing is unique. You understand me? And when you set your trail and you're just blazing, you just blaze straight ahead. And then it doesn't matter like who will, because persons are going to be inspired and they're going to, it doesn't matter. Once you set your trail, you just blaze and I just tunnel vision, focus.
Yeah, I love that. So in terms of like you branching off into the different locations now, right? Is it a situation where, like, what was I know you said people are asking for Montego Bay and people are asking for
Right.
Ocherios, right? But what was the thought process like of you deciding, hey, I paid them already? What was the thought process of you deciding, hey, I'm gonna do this? Like, because I know it might have been like scary. You have one location and the location might be doing well, yeah, but to do another location, I know the problems, especially with COVID at the time and probably sales being slow at some point.
Right.
What was the thought process and how did you get over that fear factor if you had that
All right,
fear
you
factor?
see, Montego Bay wasn't in during COVID. Ocherios was in COVID.
Yeah.
So Montego Bay, I'm always thinking of ways to grow. And Montego Bay was a way to grow. We've been growing from 100 square feet space, roughly. Now, Kingston store is roughly 3,000 square feet. Montego Bay store is over 1,000 square feet. Ocherios is almost 3,000 square feet. So, from the jump street, it's not just thinking small and want to do, you're thinking big. right? So when I went to Bargain Mall, right, I wasn't quite ready yet for the space, to be honest. You know, when I come moving from X paying
So you
rent,
moved from Park Plaza to
move
Bargain
from Park
Mall.
Plaza to Bargain Mall. When you move from X paying rent to be paying like 4 times the amount, the landlord said to me, say, you're not really ready for this yet, you know? You just started business and stuff, like a year after. And I said no, and I show him the dream, and you know, and him give me a chance. And that's when I started Bargain Mall. I wasn't fully ready yet. I did a salon and I did a clothing store. I split it in half, right?
That's a note.
Bargain Mall.
Yeah. Oh, so you always at the salon in Bargain Mall
I
as well?
had a salon initially.
Okay.
It was Load Salon. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Salon by Load or something like. It was
Salon
Load
by-
Salon. It was Load Salon and it was Load Fashion, right? Now, because I wasn't fully ready to take on like a 4 times rent amount from where I was coming from, I did a salon and I used that rent that I've collected to alleviate the rent.
So you rented out the salon to other people?
I rented out the salon.
Oh, so you rented out like boots and stuff like
I
that?
rented out the boots. I had four nail tech and 6 hairdressing
Is
boots.
that so small?
Yeah.
And I had a small space to, you know,
Yeah.
that I rented
Yeah.
to someone that was selling here, Annabeliza. Yeah.
And
So,
make it work.
you know?
So I
Make
see
it
what you
work.
did there. I see what you did there because a lot of people might be looking at a business location, right? And they say, I'm gonna just do all of this myself and then take on all of that burden.
I can't manage
I
it.
can't manage.
No. You see slow and steady, win the way, win the race. I started out very humble beginnings. Very, very humble beginnings. And it's just gradually grow. You just keep pushing harder, you keep working harder, and it will happen.
Yeah.
Because at that point now, I see where I needed to close the salon after a period of time because the clothing store was getting so big. I need a space.
You need a space.
I
That's
needed
why
a
I did.
space.
That's why I was so surprised. That's why I was so surprised a while ago when you said she had a salon in Bargain Mall. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
It
see-
wasn't for very long.
Yeah, I see like this big massive like when you go
It
in
wasn't
there,
for
full of
very
clothes.
long.
Yeah,
Like,
look, I went there the other night when they're on sale.
Yeah.
Mother drama out of my head say, yo, come work at Load Fashion because they're on sale
Yeah.
and I need jeans. And I say, no, because me did I sleep because when I go play football the other day. I say, alright, forward. This one I go
Yeah.
clean because remember I was talking to you about wanting to open a clothing store later in
Right.
the year.
Yes.
Oh, you want to do that too?
yeah.
Yeah, so you're
So-
going
Yeah,
to
man,
do
we're
that.
gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
Me
it.
and my brother Antoine, we went there with her and we were like, yo, the size of this, the cleanliness of the place, how the light reflect off of the white tile them, how everything's situated. It was perfect. We took a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
from how you set up the store.
Nice.
It was
And
really
you know,
amazing.
I'm the
being
contractor
there.
for the stores, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man.
Yeah, you do
I
the-
draw them on paper and tell him that someone want this and yeah.
I see
Yeah.
you, bossy.
Yeah, man, bossy. Bossy.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, so in
Spaces,
terms of what she did like she created, and this is very smart. This is a very smart business strategy. So in order to manage the expenses of her moving to that bigger location, she decided that I have this space, let me split it, and let me just do something on this side that is going to create income for the next. So she
To
do
take
like
care of
two.
the
She do
next
like
side.
2 separate
Yeah,
businesses, but
yeah,
Two
which are
separate
similar.
business, yep.
So one of them like it's like she'll take a chance with both of them. Cause one of them
Yeah.
might make money, the next one, or one of them, both of them will make money, yeah, but it might not. One of them might make more
One
than
of
the
them,
other.
yeah, one of them would have
Right?
Alright, you see, at the time,
Mm-hmm.
based on the rent amount, it would have put a strain on
Yeah.
the clothing business.
Yeah.
It would have put a strain
So
on the
the
clothing
beauty
business.
now, like, bro, girls do them ear every day.
every day. Every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when I rent those boots, I already calculated mats, paper and pen and paper.
Yeah.
Never go wrong. I mats it out. I know how much I was gonna get per month.
Yeah.
And then that could have covered the
Cover
rent.
everything,
So you know,
and
Loud
you-
Fashion just there, you know, I benefit from, and that wasn't my core business. But
Yeah.
after a period of time, now I say, you know what, I needed a space. We closed the salon, we renovated, drop ceiling, be excitement, and then after a period of time again, like shortly after, like probably 2-3 years after, I need more space again. So you see, even because you come into a store, right, and it's upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
You know, I created that.
Yeah.
The
You
idea
know,
of
you
having
know it's
upstairs and
me.
downstairs.
If you know it's me, look how the people them rooftop and go up there.
Yo.
Oh, they say me is an easy woman.
Bro, legit, like I'm in the store, and to come out, you'd have to go through the door, right? And then go down the main stairs. But then I say, cause no other store not still like that.
Over there, no
It's a
stay like
townhouse
that.
store.
Exactly.
It's upstairs and downstairs townhouse store.
Real.
So bro, when them say you can walk, here's a I'm like, I have to look over. I'm like, what do you mean?
In the same story.
In the same story.
So I needed space again.
Yeah.
I needed space again. My storeroom can't fit, and I just needed more space.
So what about the person that was downstairs before you?
No, we were.
You were downstairs too?
No man, it's down. We started downstairs.
And them just
We
take the
started
upstairs.
downstairs. So upstairs was restaurants.
Oh, so
It was two. Upstairs was a food court. So it had island grill, I think, at one point, and other food. Another, I think it was Chinese.
Yeah.
And they had closed, but then I was looking for a space adjacent, to do.
For
But then,
expansion.
I just look and I say, how may I expand?
I just look up stuff.
Let's look up. I'm
To
gonna
the
look up.
sky. Because sky is the limit.
Listen, I'm gonna look up.
Yeah.
And then I walked out the store because you see, to how me and my staff and I, to how we communicate and to how, to how we rap. I'm sure, I don't quite remember, but I'm sure I would have called at least two of them and said, come here, come look at this. And we went outside, and when I looking at the store and I looking in the direction of the store, and then there's 2 stores upstairs smiling at me.
Yeah.
And I say, you know what? See the expansion there, see the right in front of my eye. I don't need to do nothing else.
Yeah.
And that's when we opened the roof and we put in the staircase and we went upstairs and we expand and, we do our thing and we do it nice and warm and friendly environment.
So what did that do for your business when you did that though?
It grew the business so much.
So much.
I could offer so much more. Persons could actually feel more comfortable shopping. It's more spacious.
Yeah.
And even to where we're really looking to head, it's going to be even bigger than that, So it does help the business a whole lot.
I can see where that helped because in shopping, because when I go looking for clothing, when you have space, you feel like you have more time.
Yeah,
right?
more
So
time.
in even being there the other night, it was like it's like taking a walk in the park. You want to walk out the whole park and anything catch your eye. You feel like you have all the time in the world to look and you take up things where you never ever know say you want or things where you never ever know say you need. All because you have more space, you feel like you have more time.
I and I don't think I'm going to expand Kingston store anymore, but I need more space again,
Three story.
Right now you need
No, you know what the goal is actually to own the locations. That's where we
Oh my God.
that's where we're heading.
Oh my God. Oh
So-
my God.
This is a boss lady, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's where
Take initiative right here. This is a high value woman.
when it comes on to like where I want to go next and with the brand, own the location. A location at a time until that's the next
Funny,
step.
I remember when you just did a bill out the Ocherius location. I used to pass and I used to wonder what is going to be there. What is going to be
Ocherius?
there? Yeah. And then that's on the new plaza that was developed there.
Very nice. And on top of that plaza, a big something I go on about go and talk. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that building down there, I don't know if you're okay, we can cut it if you want us to cut it, but I don't like conversations were going around that you were the owner of that entire building.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Manifest.
But I love that for me.
Yeah.
No, I don't own the plaza.
Yeah.
I don't.
Everybody thinks you own the plaza
Yes.
still, so But no, man, have to cut
Probably
it.
when-
Cause we like for them things the
Yeah,
same. Because we're
yeah.
manifesting it, you know?
No, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good manifestation.
Yeah.
I don't own it. Probably not yet. I don't know if
Soon.
the own.
Probably next year. Later year.
I mean, let's see. There's nothing that's impossible.
But funny enough,
Nothing
you
is
know,
impossible.
you're the one that, you're the reason why that plaza is really known, you know.
Yeah,
You're
definitely
the, You're the
so.
main reason why, and a lot of traffic that is within that little vicinity right there.
Loud
You.
fashion.
Loud fashion, yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
Because remember, where we are on the and that's why people probably think we own it because we have a huge space on the plaza, right? Like the entire upstairs,
Yeah.
at the front of the plaza is Loud Fashion and Loud Deluxe, and the location is great, and when I went and got that location. I just in Kingston, and I just feel like I want to drive out and go look at a store. I just feel like it's time for expansion again.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Remember that you were like in the office and you were like, you know what? Me and stairs are gonna go and make a go and road and get something.
And get
Yeah.
you can't get rid of my.
Hearing me now? Check,
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
All right.
Little voice
So
now start
I
calling, you
remember-
know.
Make a bad.
I remember when you were in the office sitting and we were having a staff meeting and you were saying that, Monday, I go out and I go get something done. I have to come back in, I not leave country until I find something. Boop, so when she come back up, she was like, I have a surprise, guys, whatever. And then after we had a training session, and she was like, guys, let me take you upstairs and show you what me are going with it.
Yeah.
We were so surprised. I want to tell you, it's a big deal, guys. It's a big deal. Look out
It's a
for
big
it.
deal.
So wait there. You brought them. So you had a training session down there.
Yeah, she actually talking about the lounge. She's not talking about Loud Fashion now. So
Okay.
we had a training session, and imagine you just done train, and now me I show you where the business is going to move to. Because remember, if I grow, my staff, all of them gonna grow.
Yeah.
You understand me? That's a promise. That's a definite. Once I grow,
Family.
I'm gonna ensure that they grow as well. You understand?
One more thing,
So,
with you always, she always have us there. She always wants her opinion on anything that she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, she literally don't hide anything
A
from
part
us.
of the journey. You mean,
Yeah,
a
man.
part
So
of the
we
journey.
are a part of her journey. So we're actually building with her. She don't leave her back.
Yeah.
Like, she literally
Aw.
say, come on, tell me your idea. And she actually go with her idea. She give us time. She will wait on us just for her, us to make that final decision. And best believe she's going to put it in it. Like, we're always a
She
part of
values
it.
your
So
input.
when you guys know when that happened, right, and I get you guys involved in what's happening, and you see it fruitfully, you see it come to life, how do you feel?
Let me tell you, we feel good about it. Guys, I always say that when I step out in my uniform, I step out with a good reputation. I love to walk in my Loud Fashion uniform because everywhere I go, oh my God, you work at Loud Fashion? It's that, and you just feel like a celeb, like, oh yes, I do. You know that way?
Yeah.
So we do walk with that big reputation. So when we're in the streets, we have to conduct ourselves properly because she really put that on us. The business put that on us, and we just have to carry that out. We have to execute it like how she give it to us. You understand? So when she make us feel a part, it's like we cannot go out. We literally cannot go out. It come like family. As she said, when we're not there, it does not feel good. Like I have kids, but when me I come at work, it's like it's a new family. I'm so excited. I will be like in a bad mood, and as soon as she call us in the office, we'll go around there to Miss Rowe. We feel so good knowing that we're at work. We chit chat a little, do our pep talk, motivational speech, and then we're at it.
Meetings and all that, the whole works. Them pep talks every day.
Yeah, that's some.
My business is very structured,
Yeah,
It's very structured. It is no man. The thing super loud. It is super loud. It's not just sometimes persons may see loud boss and they will form their own opinion, but I mean good opinions of course.
Yeah.
But then I don't think they know the depth of what I do sometimes, you know. And this podcast will definitely, bring light. Not the Billionaire Podcast,
Because
they'll bring light.
Funny enough, I've actually seen a lot of stuff that I could have probably improved in terms of like managing certain stuff, you know. I'm a micromanager, right? Because I'm a
Yes.
So I'm a micromanager, especially because like a lot of the businesses that I have is very stressful. It's high stress, high pressure. I'm spending on expenses for businesses like over 10 mil a month, right?
Tell me about it.
So it's a lot of pressure. So I want to ensure that my investment is what I'm spending and I'm making back, and I'll be
and you want to
the
be
team.
in it, and
But I realized, and just reflecting on what you said earlier in the pod, having the right people set up in the different locations take a lot of the stress off you. And if you try to micromanage everything and every day, you're just going to be so stressed out, which is a part of why I'm stressed sometimes. And I realized that, I have like project managers that I've recently hired, like probably 4 months ago, and it has been the best experience ever. Like this guy, like our software company. So what this guy does is he will have the meetings on a day-to-day basis with the team members, and then he will report to me by the end of the day. After the meeting, send me the recordings.
So that's a start. Yeah, you're doing good.
And it, like, I can sleep at nights. Before, no sleep.
Team no sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, when you're a boss, it's going to be natural that you want to be involved.
Yeah.
Right? But then you have to think. You see, the time that you're going to take to do these things, you can be preoccupied with how to make the business grow.
Yeah.
You understand me? So you just have to know. I mean, it's as I said, it is not something that came overnight. It's after a period of time I start letting go of certain things. But when you do that, you can grow, because I cannot drive to Ho Chi Minh, Mobile, Kingston every day.
Yeah, you can.
You understand me? And then if I was thinking like that, I probably wouldn't have stepped out to do. I mean, I said, no, sir.
Yeah.
If I'm not there, it can't go run.
Yeah.
No. You understand? You have to just set up systems.
Yeah.
You have to have systems in place.
Yeah.
And I said, my business is very organized. Reportability is very organized. You know?
You have a team like provided with daily reports, weekly, monthly reports and stuff like that.
Daily. I get reports on a daily. I get reports weekly. I get reports monthly.
Yeah.
And I also have my weekly meetings with the leaders of each location every week. Every Thursday. Yeah. If you know me, you know you don't call me between certain time on a Thursday, because I'm having my meeting via Zoom. All of us sit down and we talk, you know? Every Thursday. If I'm traveling, I mean, it might slip up a little bit, but guess what? If Thursday, we have to catch it back Friday, I will catch it Wednesday if I travel or something, you know? But I try to be consistent with that, because consistency is key too in business.
What I want to ask you, right? Did you have did they have like a mentor? Well, you're so organized. Like, it's almost like perfect.
Should have born for this, bro.
Yeah,
born for it.
Like you live like three other lives.
And just come back
and just come back in this one and
everything.
be like,
I think I'm born for it.
Yeah, so you never had a mentor.
I told him my dad.
Oh, your dad is a mentor.
Yes,
okay, so he basically taught a lot about like
business
and keeping everything organized, keeping the team organized, keeping everything accountable.
Yeah, and also I have a company that I work with. I have a consulting company that I work with that also helps with that.
So they do business consultations and stuff like that.
Business consultation, they do HR. I don't pay my staff anymore, and I have a company that pays them, and this is a difference.
I pay my staff still.
No, I don't sit down and transfer money to my staff.
Hey.
I don't pay them anymore. I have my accounting team. They deal with all of that, and then send me the invoice, and we look at the facts and and that's how it's done.
Yeah. That's what I want. Like, honestly, if I'm being extremely honest with you, I used to feel like there's nobody else in this world that can do it as good as I can. Right? Meaning, I would approach so many different companies and businesses and be like, how much you charge to do this? Like, for example, HR or accounting or something else. But most of them just disappoint.
No, man, you have to get the right company. So you do your HR, you do your accounting and everything? No.
I do a lot in and I'm
Listen.
trying to delegate. Like my financials, I will outsource to do that, yeah. But like the I keep note. I have a note in my phone.
I can help
of
you out with
all
that.
of the payments that I make on a day-to-day basis. My staff supposed to just go through. I'm trying to hire like a HR company right now to do
I
that.
can help you with that because
Among other stuff.
you see before, back in the days,
No, not sure. Remember, I should have the pin on. Yeah, you can go.
you're hearing the...
No, you're not gonna hear the pin on and all that, but you're good. You're good.
Okay. Yes. So back in the days, that was one of my problem running a business. You know,
Every business owners.
yes, I don't. Oh Lord, I wonder if I should say this.
Go ahead. We're learning. I'm learning.
Like
too.
I was so, I wouldn't say disorganized, but it was. You see the accounting, not accounting, the tax system in Jamaica. It is so hard to understand. So when as a young business owner, I used to not pay my taxes on time until I actually need a TCC. So you need when you need a TCC, you have to just pay up everything. And you have to just pay up your lump sum and then you get your TCC.
Yeah.
You know? But since, and it's been years too, since I've started with this company that I liaison with for accounting and so forth, everything is just so seamless, so smooth.
Yeah, order some wine as well. You can use this.
Yeah,
no, not yet. After should.
No, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah. Just order some wine on this for me, please.
Thanks. Yes, everything is just so seamless, so smooth now. Like, I know if I need a TCC to do something tomorrow, I can just call and say, hey, prepare the
Order the wine.
prepare the TCC. You know, like, and I know
You
that.
just call the accountant and be like, we need a TC.
Yeah, because everything is paid up to date.
Wait, no.
Everything is paid up to date.
Wait, no. She doesn't even have to call the accountant because it's already done.
It's already done.
Everything is automated.
Everything is just so up to date. And it's when in business, you have to have your records. You have to have your records.
I have all my records and I have like, as I said.
But you have to get somebody to help you to organize them for you if it is that's your weakness. That was my weakness.
Let me show you something.
You know?
It's like I have like, you know, like when you get bitten by a dog, you get bitten and you just
Afraid.
I'm not afraid, you know, but if I get bite again, man, like the bite are hot, you know. So like I bring my mind to it and be like, alright, I gotta get bite, but I gotta just, you know, I want to how hot the bite I gotta be. Cause the bite is not the fact that I gotta probably lose some money or whatever. The bite is the fact I gotta waste my time. There are accountants, like there's so many people like that are so unprofessional that you would print out all your documents, you have everything, and give them, and say for instance, if it's you don't scan it and it's your last document, you give them and then you have to go through the stress of waiting probably like 4 or 5 months, or even a year. They ignore it. Them have so much work on them.
No.
Them have so much work on them that them ignoring you and all of them things there. You get me?
I had worked with several small persons before.
Bad experience with them.
Yeah, man, bad experience. Like, if I need to do some business, they will just put what they want to put on paper to make it look good, or you know. And I said, this is not healthy. I need to know the company's true potential, true performance, you know. And for several years now, my business is so structured, whereas every month, I download my statements, I make my notes beside them if it's
You use QuickBooks.
Yeah.
That's the sauce, you know. I start use QuickBooks. Life change.
Yeah, man.
Like, since I started, one time, I'm an Excel man. I'm very good at Excel. I'm very good at coding and everything. And we used to just organize everything. So when I have an overseas accountant now, which has been doing extremely well for me. Should prepare all my financials, all my statements, my monthly statements and stuff like that. The next phase is like HR and some other stuff. So I'm doing the structure, right?
Okay, you get in there.
I'm getting there, but I start use QuickBooks. I'm just connect my
I love
overseas
QuickBooks.
bank account. I connect, cause even the local thing, you can connect your local bank account, you know.
The
I have an
QuickBooks.
LLC in the US setup, and even right now QuickBooks is
I have
off.
one too, you know.
Yeah, right now QuickBooks is offering me
Yeah.
like 200 grand US in funding just because of the transactions that I have.
That they've been okay. The thing about it though, you see for the card segment to the QuickBooks, can you accept the cards through QuickBooks?
You can accept cards.
Jamaica
through,
is
you
not.
can use other platforms.
No, Jamaica is not.
But remember, you have an overseas
conducive to
LLC.
that.
You have an overseas company.
Yeah, but
set
it's
up.
not. Yeah, it is, but it's not active as yet.
Yeah. Yeah, but what you gotta do is, you probably set up a QuickBooks as a local, or if you set it up as a US based QuickBooks.
Yeah, because I've been using QuickBooks for 10 years now, you know.
Yeah, so
it's like-
that's the thing now.
The thing about this that the
There must be
structure
a way.
came in.
Yeah.
The structure came in so quickly after I started business. First, I used to use receipt book, and when you have a calculator, you have pen and paper. Like that is too time consuming. So you have to invest in what makes the business run smoother. I
And
get
then
my
you can
reports
track it
daily.
remotely.
You track it remotely. Everything.
Yeah.
So why would you want to buy a receipt book just to? I mean, you have to start from somewhere. Don't get me wrong. But soon after, you just need to look at how to make this work
Easier,
better.
yeah.
How to make it easier. Customer, cash, and everything. Loud Fashion is so organized. Every piece of item is in the system.
So you
And
have
that's-
you have like a centralized system where you put all the clothing items, accessories, all the inventory on, and then you can manage it from all 3 locations.
Yes.
You do that as
Yes,
well?
yes.
Okay. So what about online store? You don't plan to you have an online store?
Actually, have an online store now, but it needs some working on. It needs some working on.
We know
I
somebody.
mean,
Yeah.
I can.
It needs some working on.
So, like, where do you see Loud Fashion in like the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Because me personally, 5 could I even too long?
5 too long still. It's a year.
Yeah,
What? Anything you're talking to her about?
Next
Zaire.
year.
6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't have me under pressure now.
I mean, I
Anything-
can see Loud Fashion because Loud Fashion isn't just a clothing store. Loud Fashion is a
It's a
brand.
It's a clothing
It's
brand.
a
It's an
brand.
establishment, right? So I can easily see once you put in the work on that online store, that online store being like the level of a Fashion Nova, as
Definitely.
big as
Fashion
that.
Nova.
Definitely.
Americans shopping all over, Italians
Those
shopping
are the
from Loud
goals and the
Fashion.
dreams.
All
Those
over.
are the goals. That is definitely the goal. As it relates to Jamaica, next 5 years from now.
1 year. Next 1 year. Next 1 year.
Yes. In short order. In short order, we're gonna be
Yeah.
like a high fashion superstore.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I hear that there are going to be like some malls coming down here as well, like Gucci
Probably I'm
and
gonna
other
own
stuff.
one of
Yeah.
them. I don't know. Probably
Them say them are
Probably
do
by
that?
that time, then we can just buy the mall and you understand me? Because remember
Yeah.
the goal too, short term goal is to own the locations. So that is where I'm gonna start looking into. I have a lot of things in the pipeline now, and I really have to take it easy on myself. I have to do this and then So, but I have it structured though.
Yeah. Let me
I
ask you a
have it,
question. For expansions like that, right? We know you're making great money from your stores and stuff like that, but I want to know, like, how are you utilizing like external funding, like the banks
You have
or
to use the bank money.
you're using the bank money?
Of course.
So what
How
is
you
the-
gonna grow? You have $50 million put down in your account just to take it up and
That am I stressing up? Cause me have to
No,
use
you
my
have to
money
use.
in my bank
The
account.
thing about it is that when I was young in business, I mean, I'm from humble beginnings, right? I didn't know what to do. Like, you just believe, say, you know, to borrow the bank money because the interest, you calculate the interest already, and you have to
cost
pay
of
back
doing
3
business.
times. It's the cost of doing business. So, for example, I bought a house recently, probably 2-3 years ago. I bought my home, right? And the money that I got to buy that house, I would have probably working another 20 years before I can save up that money.
Yeah,
But I own the home now.
yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
You have to.
And the payment is nothing.
I don't remember when my payment come out.
Nothing.
It just come out and me I live good and everything is. You understand me? You have to, because you're gonna be working, and years, and you're gonna save, and you're gonna do one place, right? Because you are not going to be able to afford this home, this car,
There are a
this
lot of
business.
people like that, where they think that you have to save to get there. What
No,
do they say to them? Like,
A lot of us when we're younger is like something that teach us like no.
I don't remember if it's a school teach for that. I don't remember who teach us that, but it is wrong. It is wrong, and it's also help with building your credit. You know, the other day I was talking to my staff, because all of them get them credit card and them, them I do them thing, and some of them they're
it's like you have to teach them how to do business too.
I
Them
do.
work with you as an employee, yes, but you're teaching them how to be a boss and how to do business also.
I encourage them get them credit card, and them show me them statements and them limits and stuff, and it was just so funny, but it was just so refreshing.
Them can
So
get a little car, them can go get a
and I tell them, use
house.
the credit card. Use the credit card every month. You pay your lights, you pay your water, you pay your bills, and at the end of the month, you pay the card. They're gonna increase your limit. That's how you start to grow your credit. Like, they're gonna increase the limit. Then you
I
pay
feel like
gold.
a school me there.
You're constantly paying gold, and
Yeah.
you build a relationship with the bank. The bank called me to give me money,
Yeah.
You understand me? The bank call and reach out, such and such.
You don't want any money.
Yes, they're offering me the loan, and it's just based on how you conduct business and the relationship that you build with the bank. Because back in the days, I used to walk with cash when I'm buying goods. Can you remember?
I realize most stores do that. Is just cash. Most Jamaican have
I'm
the mindset of
cashless.
cash.
I'm cashless.
People come in at the store, then just want to pay with cash.
I mean, I accept cash, but to how I operate is cashless,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we have a petty cash if you want to buy little stuff, like a pen, like a this, like that, like a stuff. But if you come into the store and you do a service, you service the AC, etc., transfer.
Okay.
You understand me? I buy goods straight from my credit card or wire transfer.
And that comes from the bank account same, right?
I don't spend cash. You understand me? What that does when I use my card and I spend a $5 million on the card, for example, I get cash back on it. One, it builds it builds your credit score. I mean, Jamaica, I read it,
The Jamaica
we have credit score.
They have a credit bureau in Jamaica.
They have credit bureau, right? But it builds it, and what's happened over the years is that my credit card limit, them just keep increasing it. So I can probably walk into somewhere and buy one car with my card.
About
Just
50
cash
mil,
out
30 mil.
a card.
9/11. Feel like she got a 9/11 back then.
So it's just, and what?
A 9/11, a Porsche 9/11.
9/11. Goals,
That's probably too. I feel like with a fitter,
What?
the Euro, so just
Yeah.
I feel like
God, bro.
I feel like I should have on the
Wait,
blue
little
too,
bit now.
God, bro.
She have on the
Wait,
blue
little
too.
bit.
She have on the
Yeah.
blue as well. I feel like a fair one, You know?
Style shopper.
You know?
Yeah, man. The Euros is a boss lady car,
boss
and this is
lady
a
car.
boss lady right here, so.
Wait like a bit. Listen. All those goals are achievable.
So let me ask you a question. Like, in terms of you starting to, alright, if you go downtown right now, right? Not downtown, but if you go in most stores right now, most Jamaican mindset, cash, right? So how did you decide? Let me transition from just cash to putting my money. You know, we grow up, put your money under your mattress. That's the safest place, right? So how did you transition from cash, right? People like, you having so much cash on you, all of that. You paying suppliers with cash, all of that. So you deciding, hey, let me push everything through the bank and let me start utilizing credit, let me start utilizing the bank's funds. How did that mindset shift for you to start doing that, and how did you approach it starting out? And what were some of the difficulties during, and how did you get to a level where you understand it so well now where you're able to own so much different assets and being able to have funding for whatever projects you might want to do?
All right, so as you mentioned, when we started out, it was cash operation, right? We love cash. We don't want to run the money through the bank because you're afraid of this or you're afraid of that. And you
And
understand
that's the
me?
culture. People afraid.
That is the culture. People are afraid to borrow money. They are afraid to operate in such a way that, things show up and so forth. But when you're running a well organized and structured business, if you notice, if you send an invoice to one of these big corporate companies, so you do some work for them and you send to the big corporate companies, them take 30 days, 90 days to pay you.
Yeah.
Because them not gonna take out no petty cash and give you. Them not gonna
Bank.
transfer 24 hours. You understand me? Because it is so structured and organized. I mean, they never take so long still, but I'm just saying that
Me always
when you
wonder,
want...
me, if I have money for you though, I pay right now still.
Yeah, but it's just a process. So if I'm doing
Yeah.
a refund for a customer, it's like a 48-hour process refund because you have
It
to
doesn't put
submit
stress
it.
on you at that
Yeah,
time.
you have to submit it. I have to look at it on
You
my
have to get
timing
approval
and
and all
and
that.
stuff like that. Right. So it's just based on the fact that you want to see growth in the business and you want to have accountability for the business. Like my accounting is so on point. I can just look and
You know where every dollar
I know
there.
everything.
Yeah.
I know everything. I can tell you how much money I make from the year start. I can tell you how much money I made last month. I can, everything is just so on
whisper it in
point.
my ears when you do. I don't want them know.
Everything is just so on point. And you see, in order for you to do that, you must be able to have that structure. So you use the card and you keep that information, your accountant put it together and stuff like
Keep
that.
all your receipts.
Keep all your receipts. You know that, all right, so I don't spend money from the business cash. Everything is lodged. You understand me? Everything is lodged. So that creates, so when you go to the bank, you can see a
Cash
full.
flow.
Yeah, cash flow. You can see the bank can look at your,
So you've
the
been
money
earning.
that flows in your account and know what you're qualified for. You know what you're doing. But if you take the cash now, you send 100,000 today and you take it, gone. It doesn't go into the bank. It doesn't show you true reflection of your business.
Oh, so you mean like, say for instance, may have a clothing store right now, right? And I get paid. We have big promotion yesterday, call you. I will make like $1 million, and then we'll probably go to party, we'll spend 300 grand.
You do that was your salary.
That's the case,
You do that was your salary.
And then we'll spend this, I will spend that, right? And then we'll say, alright, we're going to deposit. Because of the weekend, they will decide, so we're going to deposit. Probably the 300 grand were left after we done spend 700.
You're not a businessman. I do. Anky-panky business. Anky-panky
But
that.
that's what I see happening a lot.
No, but then
Because-
I can tell these business owners that is totally wrong. You pay yourself a salary. I'm not Ali Button. I'm
So you
not working
deposit
for nothing. I get paid. Like my staff get paid. I get paid monthly.
Yeah.
If I need some money, I can borrow it.
You can borrow it from your
I can borrow it
business.
from the business.
Oh,
I can borrow it from the business. I can borrow it from the business.
You see that?
But I can borrow it from the business. But at the end of the day,
Pay
I
it
get
back.
my salary.
Yeah.
My salary goes to my account. My XYZ expenses, personal expenses are taken care of that. And I mean, if I go to a party, probably the business will pay for that. It depends on if I'm going
The
to Dream Weekend, for example.
The business expense.
It's a business
Yeah,
expense.
because you have to go there, you have to show off your brand.
You
have to
understand
this,
me?
you have to-
Exactly.
You're
So
buying gas is a business expense as well. 'Cause you have to travel, you have to all of this, right?
it's a business expense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just have to know that, and what you need to do is to separate your personal life from your from your professional life.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of your expenses, you separate them. You open
How
a
do you do that though? For
Oh,
the
I-
viewers.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah,
No.
how do you separate
Well,
the
my
business from your
my
personal
personal life and business life, it kind of intertwines still. I'm kind of like Loud Fashion is my husband and stuff like that,
Yeah.
as a single person. But at the end of the
So
day,
wait.
yeah, but I'm not catch your attention.
No, because I'm going to ask her a while ago. I'm going to ask her a while ago if she married.
Yeah.
To Loud Fashion, yeah.
Married to Loud Fashion. You know, so the ring
So
on
my
her
big,
finger
yeah,
was
man. So
Man,
my,
you need to catch her jewelry, because she even have her custom chain,
yeah.
So you have to come
rolling
catch
and
the load,
everything.
you know.
Right. So I'm so in bed with the business that it is my life. So Loud Fashion is me is Loud Fashion. I use my little savings and start Loud Fashion, and I mean, it pay me back and it pay me well
10
too.
times, you know?
It pays me. It
A
pays me
million
well.
times,
It
yeah.
pays me well, I must say. But at the end of the day, there's certain aspect that I separate. So when it comes on to salary, I get paid. I don't take money from the business. If I call them at the store and say, hey, somebody coming to pick up something, give them the cash for me, I'm going to transfer it back to them, and they run the money and they put it back in the pan.
Yeah.
You understand me? The only thing that they can actually spend from, and they have a separate pan, that's petty cash.
Yeah.
They can do things for the business. Little cleaning products, little this, little that. That can be done. But if I'm going to ask them to do something, I'm going to send back that money so that we separate it.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is organized. At the end of the day, when we balance off, it goes to where it's supposed to go. We put that where it's supposed to go. We accumulate and we do what we have to do, you know?
Yes.
Separate.
That's why I'm glad to touch on this topic. That's the thing that happens to most people starting business. They don't know how to separate it at all. So they would make
It's
them
hard it's hard in the beginning, you know. It's hard. And business come with challenges, and you just have to rise above the challenge.
Yeah.
You just have to learn, and you have to grow with doing business, right? So in the beginning, I wasn't this person that I am today.
Yeah, we see that you're fully bossed out today.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, in the beginning, because remember at 22, you can't compare 22-year-old. I mean, they say that the 30s are the new 20s, but with more money. And it's true. At 22, I didn't have this level of
Wealth
success,
and education,
you know, and all of that. Wealth of knowledge, because you don't have to go to school to be educated, you know. You know?
Yeah.
Once you have that vision and you can articulate certain
like you could do
things,
like
you're
a
well
business-
educated.
I feel like you could do like a business course. Or you could have like some type of mentorship where you
You know, let me tell you something. The reason why I really took the time out and come on the podcast, Billionaire Podcast, I did my own research too, and I see that you
thank
guys
you
go
so
in
much.
places and stuff. I say, you know what, persons DM me like daily, up to yesterday, up to last night, I read a DM where persons were asking for advice, but I cannot take the time out to stop and respond to everybody.
Yeah,
It's
so this
very
is
hard, you know? So the fact that I can come now and I can say my 2 cents and they can grasp that, everybody can benefit from that. You understand me? That makes better sense.
And that's why I'm asking the questions. I'm asking them because I'm trying to put myself in like
the viewers' shoes. The questions they would want to ask, the answers they would want to hear.
And if I was starting up, I there's a lot of stuff that I feel like there like business.
The Billionaire Podcast.
I love that. Billionaire Podcast. I love that, yeah.
I feel like I am in a business class right now, getting all the advice that I can from you, right? So it's only
I have a wealth of knowledge,
I realize.
trust me.
So it's just it's just the so in terms of like funding now, right? It's just the bank you use or you have private investor. Do you plan to list, like, you know, a lot of companies are listing on the stock market, you know, and all of that. You don't plan to list?
I don't plan to
any
do that.
specific reason for that?
No, I mean, I don't think I need an investor. Probably down the line, but you see, Loud Fashion, I have dreams and goals that's gonna take me very high places, right? But Loud Fashion is really what put me on the map. Right? So if I Loud Fashion, I don't want nobody touching that.
Baby.
No, nobody touching that.
So what about the plans to expand across like the Caribbean and different parts of the world?
We have a
and
lot
stuff
of
like
plans, man. A lot of plans. But
Coming
we just
soon.
have to come in soon, you know? We just have to take our time. And because Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? Rome wasn't built in a day. And I want to say this to persons who are actually thinking about starting a business, who are actually looking to, you know, they should understand that time, you know, time is very important. Rome wasn't built in a day, and with time, you know, we bring great success. You have to be, what's the word? Patient. Yeah. You have to be patient, you have to have perseverance, and you have to just push through, because persons will look and say, oh, she do so good, but it's not now. You understand me?
Yeah. It's
a decade plus.
It's a decade plus. A decade, almost a decade and a half. You know, a decade and a half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So don't look and say, and then there's a saying that says, they see your glory, but they don't know your story. Right? So persons, they don't see the time that you put in and the effort, but then
And
when
the
you
stress
shine
and
and the stress come down.
Yeah.
Stress will come down on you when you're running a business, but guess what? You have to be strong. You have to think about the solution. You understand me? I tell you about the solution that I did with COVID. I know what I did with COVID as well. I started selling lingerie. I started doing live.
Wow.
I was on live
For the
every
girlies.
Sunday, Glee Spot Sunday. I not that I wanted to be on live every week, but guess what? It helps.
Yeah.
At the end, every week when I end the live, I get at least 500 new followers.
Yeah.
And that is just talking, having sexy talk while in lingerie, and that make the lingerie them sell, because where you're going to go, you're going to come buy your lingerie and you go back inside.
You know
It was, and it's just things that you have to think about that. You have to move with the time. You have to see what's happening and go for it.
You know what that do for her? Is her going live back to back, correct? Like so often, or it allows her to be present in people's face. Remember, during COVID, nobody's out, everybody's home, and when they're home, social media, they're on, right?
Media.
So she's in them as them wake, as them are go them bed.
Loud boss going live.
Loud boss going live, right? So what that does is that it brings further brand awareness. So
Yeah.
you might be doing that for like the 2 years of COVID. COVID like 2 years, right? And then after you realize, oh, you reached this amount of followers, this amount of people know about it just because you were grinding while everybody just gave up. Because a lot of people gave up.
Gave up, you're crazy. You can't give up. You see, when it gets rough at them time, you have to push through. You have to push through. You have to be on it. You can't. When it rough, anytime you see, like, for example, if we're having a slow season or something, and I'm going to say, what is happening? At them time, they get mad at the place and start shake up everything and start listen, what is happening inside here?
Yeah.
Going
You
through it while
understand?
stopping it.
That is when you really have to get up and push,
Yeah.
You have to get things done. Look into the why is this happening, and then look into the how are you gonna fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah. So what's next for Loud Boss and Loud Fashion, and they coming soon? Well, I want to know what that coming
Yo,
soon.
there's so many coming soon.
There's a lot to know.
I want to know.
All right,
So
so
just give me a hint.
I recently posted for my birthday.
Yeah.
Actually, I had some setback with that. So I think it really need another podcast, but I can talk a little bit. Challenges again when you're doing business. Like, this is gonna be my biggest project yet.
Yeah. Bigger than Loud Fashion.
Sound like a Loud Airways.
I want to know what
Loud
that is
Airways
about.
coming
What? It's big. I mean, Loud Fashion started small, but this now I'm doing
This
it
starting
big.
big, yeah,
It's starting.
yeah.
I can't do
Loud.
the small business
Loud.
again.
Yeah.
I already went to the teething stage and learned, and so anything I'm going doing as of now is gonna be big and bigger and bigger.
Same thing Tyrone was saying on the previous pod. Tyrone was saying like, well, Tyrone as I Create, right? I Create is a upskilling and marketing and educational company.
Okay, nice.
So, him in the business for a decade and a half. And him start the real estate now, where him start the joint ventures and him build properties and stuff like that, right? And it's just pure big projects him a do. And him start real estate like probably a year. But him utilize all the knowledge from the decade and a half that he had. And then it's like nothing. The man like legit sit down. I was like, him just start utilize all them links and the knowledge I get from over the years.
Yes.
And him just go big.
And that's exactly what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So all the knowledge, all the customer service, all the experiences, the good and the bad, I'm going to use that wealth of knowledge now to do other businesses.
Yeah.
So you know that those businesses already have a head start.
Yeah.
You understand me? Those businesses already have a start. It's not like when I was started small and then I had to.
And I try to figure things out.
I try to figure it out now. I know what it's about now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna come with a challenge still, but I know what it's about and I know that I can do it.
Yeah.
Right, so this business is gonna be very big, very, very big, and it's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Wow.
we still don't have a hint on what it is.
We don't have a hint.
No, man. You know, it's on my Instagram. I just posted it, but because we're still in the process, it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
other than
It's
that,
going
what else
to and what's we're doing is a one of a kind. It's a lounge.
It's a lounge.
It is a lounge. It's
Loud
some
lounge.
that's not the name, but come to think of it, I should have named it that. What you guys think?
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
it.
so.
The loud lounge.
I like it. Drop
Yeah,
it
Drop
down.
in the
yeah.
comments.
Why you want us to name it? Why you want
I mean, it's
Lord Boss to name it? I feel like I'm a part of it.
No.
You know?
yeah, it's Omnia Sky Lounge. Omnia
Omnia.
mean great in all things. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's one of a kind. It's gonna be a one of a kind experience in Jamaica. The way how we lounge in Jamaica is gonna change.
Yeah.
It's not just eat
I see
food
that-
and go. It's a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe.
I see you post like something of it, like just a little, and I was like, oh my God, this is
Listen.
massive.
Listen,
know?
me not understand it, so you never understand it. Sometimes I look for myself and I say, boy, girl, you're good, You're
Yeah.
brave still, Like you're really brave, But
Yeah.
guess what? When you believe in yourself,
And just go.
when you believe, no, me I talk like this. Me have a member for big up Miss Kitty. You see Miss Kitty? Because I spoke about influencers, celebrities earlier, right? And I never mentioned Miss Kitty.
Miss Kitty was one of the biggest supporters.
Yes, man. I can't forget Miss Kitty. I remember Miss Kitty on Magnum Kings and Queens because I style a lot of these shows too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I've been doing so much thing. The Guinness Sons of Greatness,
Over
the
the
Rising
years.
Star. Even not even now, we still do it. And the Miss Jamaica World and the pad. Like a lot of things. We've been doing a lot. It's not just sit back and we've been out there and doing it. And one day Miss Kitty, and no, she never got the dress from me. I don't know if she never remember where she get it from or because she actually paid for it
okay.
and it was actually, So
Yeah.
she just said who she wanted to say she got it from.
Yeah.
And I was there, but I usually style her, But I was there and Miss Kitty, when the show was closing, she said, big up Loud Fashion for my outfit.
Yeah.
You understand me? I'm going to look on her good. I'm going to say, I have to love her,
Yeah.
I have to love her.
I love that.
I mean, I'm sure she would have probably bought it somewhere so she doesn't have to make mention, as a public figure, as a celebrity too, then, and she gave me the credit and it's just like from day one when I was just selling accessories, she's always been there.
Oh, you know her from them time then?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
From she always, as I tell you, I was young. I was 22 and
Yeah.
little girl that do her thing and she come and she supports and she buy a lot of accessories. A lot of persons, public figures have supported me and they know me from that time. Shensia before she was even a big name now.
Yeah.
And right now Shensia is going places.
Hey, you see,
Big man.
you see
She
that?
big,
You know?
She big.
Yeah.
I never tell you, no. I never said it to the group,
Alright.
I had a dream the other night while we were working on getting stuff that we were on a phone call with Shensia and you were nowhere to be found. I'm gonna say, Malik, yo, where Chavez there? And I'm gonna say, yo, Chavez not there, and dog, you have to leave it, And I was on the phone with her and she was like, she not in the island and she don't know if
She
she'll be
busy,
able to
man.
do
The
the
girl-
podcast.
right,
I'm gonna say to her, say, you sure you don't want to be on the Billionaire Podcast? Come on, Shensia, you know who you are. I'm gonna catch her attention, and she was like, so I can fly over and come. So, but if you tell her to say, yo, we'll probably have get Shensia out of them there,
Money
bro.
Yeah,
Manifesting it,
and you see
manifesting
thank you. You see, even though they have excelled, because we have to grow, all the way grow, right? And most of the female artists, like Shensia, even Aishana, they're not really in the Jamaica scene like that anymore.
Overseas.
Them over fire the thing, they baby burp, oink, oink, fire
Yeah.
himself. You don't know that.
You know that?
No, but that's I learned that one day.
If you know, you know, right? But when they come to Jamaica, them still reach out.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And they pop in the design and then pop in them Loud Fashion.
Yes, you saw my love. You see, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. You see, when you build organically, when you build organic relationships with people, and you don't treat them like just customers, you treat them like family, right? Example, she doesn't treat her staff like just staff. She treat them like family, which is why she's able to get the type of performance and loyalty out of them. And the same thing she do with the
customers.
the different customers, and it's not like she for example, a superstar like a Shensi or a Steph London or a Ramesh or all of these different people, like, you know, who might
Not just them get the treatment, you know. Everybody.
everybody get
Everybody.
Everybody
I
get the
always
superstar
talk about
treatment.
the
Everybody get the
customer service
superstar
when we come
treatment.
there as well, because the staff, they're so willing to help. Everybody's treating you. You know, when you go in a store and because you're probably not an influencer, you don't get that treatment.
Yeah.
You
No,
feel
not low
special.
fashion.
You feel special when you go in there.
You're getting
And
the
as I
special
said,
treatment.
the birthday club, you're probably
That's really
Low
smart
fashion
too.
alone
That's
call you
really
for your
ingenuity.
birthday, you know?
Listen,
So
let me
stuff
tell you
like
something.
that.
Some like the birthday club is so dope. I have customers that come in the store and say, "Me nah like, me sure sell out fashion. I remember my birthday."
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what we do? What we do to that customer? When you're sure Loud Fashion is going to text you on your birthday, and listen, we have like my system have over 60,000 customers. I would track everything, birthday, everything.
Yeah.
We don't communicate a lot via message blast and stuff because I don't want to annoy people. We have other ways that we will communicate.
Yeah.
You know, we're strong on social media. We post two little thing in the WhatsApp status and stuff. But so when you give us your number, it's not like it's going to, we're gonna text you every week and every month. Probably once or twice a year. We have other ways that we reach out, you know. But when a customer can say, you know, so una alone text me from morning, I una alone remember my birthday.
Yeah.
Una alone remember me.
Hey, you see your birthday, what me realize, your birthday, that's a make or break, you know. Like, don't remember somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Them now tell you, if you don't tell, if
Yeah,
if
man,
me not tell you happy
feelings
birthday
real,
right
man,
now,
bro.
bro.
Birthday
You never
something
tell me
else.
happy birthday. You get me? And I realize people do that. You get me? So that alone will make people be like, it just give it that sentimental
Yeah.
thing
Personalized.
where it's personalized.
And it's not just that you come and get the discount, because you get discount 10 days before your birthday, or you get it 10 days after, you know,
Yeah.
within 10 days
the period.
before, within that time frame.
Yeah, so you
And
really
it's
have
everything.
like 20 days.
You have 20 days to
total.
come and redeem, and you bring your ID. But to how the customers are so loyal to the birthday club, once you put in a number, we know the
Understand.
customer, we know your
That's the
information.
purpose for my age when I was cashing.
Your birthday, the month and day.
Because Mr. Rowe tell me say if me not have an ID, I can leave. I don't have to. I'm like,
Huh?
what?
Yes. Oh, you bought something for your birthday?
No,
Within
well,
the birthday
not for
time?
me, but
But
as
it-
in I'm buying for somebody, and
Right.
she tell me say if me not have my ID, me not make no purchase.
Or to get the discount, because we require
Yeah.
the ID just to make sure, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
So somebody
Yeah.
else can come in and get your birthday
nah,
discount.
Yeah.
So
your birthday
that level
discount is for
for
you.
you.
We design it for
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
especially for you, and we give it to you.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
Can't make Patrick come get with this code.
No.
Right.
Yeah, man, I have like all 4 birthdays, you know. Yeah. So what is next for you on a personal level?
Personal, as I said earlier, when you're talking, is personal and business is so intertwined.
Yeah.
So if it's something personal, it's gonna still be business. So owning the locations, opening other businesses. Personally, I want to be in a good frame of mind. I want to start, you know, after we've actually cemented the other business that we're going to be doing now. Then I want to start traveling the world.
I was just gonna ask if you don't have.
Yeah, man.
you know?
I have a lot of plans.
I feel like
but
them Bali trips though would have fit you still.
I went to
Them
Bali.
DR
And
trip there.
I went to Bali. I've
Yeah.
been in
Them
Bali.
Dubai trip there.
I've been to Dubai.
Wow.
But yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to Dubai probably
Once I
2
travel
years
the world,
ago.
you mean like outer space,
Like
like-
some whole heap of
Yes, yeah.
other, like I have a lot more travels to do.
Yeah.
Bali was amazing. Dubai was great. I've been to a lot more places to outside of the US. So I want to go. Where I want to go next? I want to go Greece.
Yeah.
I want to.
You're not afraid of
Italy.
the
I'm
language
not afraid
thing?
of nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
If his language is a problem, you have the what you call
Google
it?
Translator.
That's solved. It's solved.
True, true.
Find a solution, you know. So I want to travel. I want to enjoy life. I want to explore the world. I want to do some different things, some rich things, some, you know.
I love that for you.
yeah,
I love that
thank
for
you.
I love that for you. So,
And short, I want to buy my dream house soon too. And,
dream
you know, probably something.
And go clear your euro so they are walk
The
away.
euro so
from
they
the-
are
You
walk.
understand me?
Yeah, I wanna know.
You understand? Like a whole heap of stuff is there to get done, and
Okay, so in terms of like the viewers now, we went through a lot in the pod in terms of the discussion, and this pod really for it was
Yeah.
it was just like a class.
It was the Billionaire Podcast.
Podcast. Right? So in terms of like your final tips for, you know, a young person coming up right now, just young, old, it don't matter. They're getting started, and you know, what is the strategy that you would tell to them to take in order to have the highest level of success with minimum amount of stress or
I can't promise them
regrets?
say it not stressing.
You can't
No, I'm not gonna promise them the
Yeah.
part there. But what I can say, you do something that you love. You see, when you do something you love, you do it to the best of your ability because you love doing it,
Yeah.
right? So, firstly, you find something that you love and you put your all into it. You have to believe. Believe is very important. You have to believe, do something you love, work hard at it, and you will be great.
And you'll be great.
Yes, and give it time. Be patient. The first 3 years I do business, I was like, where is the money?
Yeah.
Me never see the money, and me I wonder what happened because
Yeah.
I mean I'm selling, and I know that, you know, but at the end of the day, when I buy goods, I could hardly clear them.
Yeah.
You understand me? I just know I have my one money and I'm going to overseas to buy my goods.
Yeah.
When them reach Jamaica, I will figure it out.
Yeah.
But and if I go to foreign back in the days and my money don't done, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I want to come back with nothing. So I know the foreign did nice, I'm gonna say enough things could I did buy, right?
Yeah.
So be patient with yourself. Don't make nobody rush you. Don't make nobody rush you. Be patient with yourself. Find what you love, and you have to just be focused. Tunnel vision. You can't say you want to do this and then you know, focus on it, learn about the type of business that you want to you go into, and you have to just be focused. Don't get carried away by social media.
Yeah. And
Don't.
That's a funny thing about social media too, you know. Just to touch on that real quick. A lot of people will get demotivated just being on social media, seeing, for example, they might have a clothing business and they're getting so much support and people are buying. Right? They might have a spa, they might have a salon, they might have, you know, just any random business. And they would see you, they might have a lounge as well. But they see Loud Boss having a lounge and Loud Boss flourishing. And they get demotivated. Right?
Well, that should motivate them.
And-
Because if I can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah.
That's the part.
It should not demotivate you. Remember, I'm coming from humble beginnings. And I work my way up to the top.
Yeah.
Unlike what persons believe, I never have a rich boyfriend who give me, shower me down with money.
People believe that?
Yes, man. People believe that, but guess what? I mean, if I'm involved, then you have to, you know, you have to come through with, you know. But it's not like that's how the business started, or that's how the business grew because me they get a whack of money, and then that's how I know. Very small, with my one barrel.
Take your time. One
From England to, you know, how the store I was in England, and I pack a barrel of accessories. Find the space, and that's how I started from a barrel of accessories. The physical location, that is. When I used to go overseas, otherwise I used to buy and come back and sell.
Suitcase
But
and
the
everything.
suitcase and, you know, car back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that physical location, that's how I started. And then it, you know, I take my time. So slow and steady wins the race. You don't rush and see people in them designer, and because you want to be talked about or whatever it is, you go use your goods money and go buy designer slippers and designer bag.
Yeah.
I remember back in the days when I used to go overseas and, like, for example, I have like 5,000 US, right? To buy goods for my store.
Yeah.
And then I go in the mall and I said, boy, them bag a nice
Designer
man and
bag for
something
five-
like-
for 4 or
when
5.
Hold on, no, at the time, it was like, I saw a bag for like $2,000 and I started calculating. I said, no, I'm not ready for this yet.
Yeah.
Go buy goods.
Yeah.
Go buy goods. And that's how I bought goods until I start buying slippers now. You have a start in them. I start buying slippers.
One little slipper.
One little $300 slippers, one little, you know, and then now you have to start. And then when you see it, when you're ready, because you must wear nice things.
Yeah.
When you look good, you feel good. When you look good, you feel good, and
Normalize luxury.
yes, yeah, you have to have luxury things, luxurious items. When you work hard, you have to own certain things. You have to own your own things, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying that just give it some time. Don't start now and then you wanna just bloops and own all these things. I just bought this chain last year for my birthday. I waited 10 years. You understand me?
Rude boy.
You understand me?
Yeah, you see that?
Loud.
So
Get into it.
you have to VVS diamonds and all that. It's not just you know.
What about that diamond, madam?
Yeah.
It's not last year that I've started.
It starts over a
October.
decade.
October will be
just
12
got that,
years.
yeah.
So it's just time.
And
Give
patience.
yourself some time. Give yourself some patience. You will get to this level if you have the work ethics, the mindset, goal oriented. You just have to focus on what you want.
I love it.
Don't get distracted.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then we had a lot of points on building a team, and the points that you're leaving us with on building a strong team and ensuring that they're loyal is.
Treat your people them around you good.
Yeah.
You have to look out for them. You have to look out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're assisting you. They're helping you to reach your goal.
Yeah.
In return, you have to look out for them. You can't, you know?
Yeah. So if the viewers wanted to be mentored by you, or they wanted advice, or you
Or they
know,
want to join the team.
they wanted to join the team, yeah, you know.
I mean, if they want to join the team, I don't think we have any available positions right now. But nonetheless, you can email. Is it what? Miss Rose hiring at
Miss
loudfashiononline.com.
Rose, where are you?
I think that is the email for applicants. Hiring at loudfashiononline.com. You can reach out to us on all socials, Loud Fashion. We're on TikTok.
Loud Fashion.
Yeah, I see them. I do my marketing team. I do them like a TikTok thing, and them, them I do them thing and
Yeah.
stuff.
The girly girls.
The girly girls stuff. All social.
I saw a TikTok with the Loud Fashion thing, like they were going up stairs and then they came back down.
Oh,
Which one?
You saw that one?
Oh,
that
they
trend?
did that for my
All the
birthday.
trends.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
and you know the thing about it, and I tell them, try stuff. Don't always wait for my approval. You know, because if you don't make mistake, you're not gonna learn. You know.
Yeah, true.
And when them did that video there, I was on my birthday because it was my birthday weekend and I was on vacation, and you know. Them call me so excited. Miss Johnson, go look on the page,
Yeah.
And you know, I just laughed and I reposted it, and I found it very pleasing, you know, to know that I felt good to know that they actually did it on their own. And then, you know, what them I do them thing. I can't tell what else I post on the page.
Yeah.
Customer will see me and say to me that, oh, thanks, you text me for my birthday. Thanks for the birthday message. And, you know, and I'll tell them you're welcome and stuff, but I don't text them personally.
Yeah.
You know, the team. But that is what
But
the
the team is you.
The team
The
is
team's
it's
a
me.
representation
yeah,
of
it's
you.
me message here. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's me.
it's-
It's me to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was an amazing pod. Thank
I
you for
loved
being
it.
on the pod.
Amazing.
We're looking
Definitely.
for many more. You promised us another one. So
Yeah.
guys, she said she giving us another one.
Yeah.
So we're looking
we have
forward
more to
that.
talk about.
You have a lot more to talk about.
And you mentioned that persons, you know, they want to be inspired. You know, how if I would do like a classes or you know
Yeah.
stuff like that. This can be.
This is your
This
class.
is it. This
This
is
is the
it.
class,
Yes,
yeah.
because honestly, me I go busy. Me I go, you know. But every now and then I will try and find a time to have a sit down and talk. So they need to stream. They need to like. They need to share. They need to follow.
The Billionaire
So,
Podcast. We're getting bare exclusive things. She just tell us. She confirmed. Thank you, God. You get? She confirmed. Yeah, man. So that was the Billionaire Pod. You know, this is Loud Boss on the pod. You know, big one.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Guys,
Winners.
we're going to say it together.
Eh?
So collectively, in 3, 2, 1, you just say it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Winners
Winners
win.
win.
Billionaire
Thing
Pod.
loud.
Yes. That was very good.
Mega millionaire. Cross out the millionaire with a billionaire. So the merch is here, you know. Cash App Billionaire upstairs, Khalil Willis. Khalil Willis is upstairs getting a cut. Yeah, I'm not that far forward.
Brother, I gotta show us at night, dog.
Matter of fact, guys, we're doing the intro after the pod. We did the pod already, but right now we're up here, like, we're just chilling. Yeah. So right now we're here Khalil has the Cash App Billionaire on. We're here with Frey. Show you guys. Walk with me. So, this is the Cash App Billionaire. Frey just gave me a cut. Frey just gave Khalil a cut. You know, one willow boss. A matter of fact, let's get up. Show them something. So this is the worldwide billionaire, right? The worldwide billionaire. Superplex.
You already showed them yours? You showed them yours?
Oh, mega
Millionaire?
billionaire.
Nah, billionaire. Straight.
Straight.